Back with another build video for today. We're going over Rocket Barrage AMARA, the update, the 2.0 version, for level 60. Now that DLC 3, 3 more levels, and a lot more content dropped. This build got really good, even though, like in the latest patch, some changes were made to how elemental bonuses work on multi-projectiles weapons. It's still good because this build doesn't really focus on that too much compared to, Ricochet Witch, which was a build I've covered a long time ago, which used the recursion, which got a huge nerf with this patch. But this build doesn't really use that. Uses launchers as their main weapons. Well, basically, on this save file, I have heralds, I have the hellshock, and some other weapons that aren't launchers for just some general purposes. Herald is a really good gun for clearing out whatever's left in some situations, like whenever the brain or when in the mountain takedown, whenever the brain of Wotan or top half, I can't like kill them with the launcher because I ran out of ammo, and I don't want to use my cutpurse. Then I just use Herald instead. Um, but yeah, so let's just go over the setup. It's pretty similar to the original version, and I'll go over everything pretty quickly. But we did make some updates to how it worked, how it is in core. Because before I used a deathless, and that wasn't really good because we didn't use URAD, so we didn't need to. We didn't have lifesteal on our shield instead of our health, which is kind of bad for AMARA because AMARA uh, has a huge skill. It's probably one of it's the best lifesteal skill in the game, and we just wasted that uh, just for general purposes. So I wanted to update it a little bit. So first off, weapons are pretty much the same. Plague Bearer, pretty much for mobbing. Now I don't recommend just shooting it in a mob and just like face wrapping. I really recommend just face wrapping an enemy, shooting that enemy, and that will kill pretty much everything because it ties to the bind. Um, and because of how Ties to the Bind got buffed, or how it works right now in Mayhem 10, your overkill remnant orbs that spawn from the enemies that get killed are just going to deal insane amounts of damage. And this build is really very, very good for mobbing. It's a little bit tough on the bossing side, but it's not that bad. It can do it. It can do it perfectly fine. It's just not as good as other AMARA builds that can just one-shot bosses. It's not a one-shot build. It's this build is mostly because I made this build mostly because it's fun and it's unique. We don't usually see people using launchers on AMARA because she can't really sustain her ammo besides a cut purse artifact, which we do use in this build sometimes. So we don't use it all the time, especially in the Malone takedown where you can refill your ammo a lot of times and it doesn't cost a lot. So it, we we changed a little bit how this works. So yeah, Playbearer for mobbing, for bossing and midi bosses like the Kraken, the Valkyries, or Wotan. Backburner, pretty much your best bet, especially since the Yellow Cake is level 57 and it's not really good on this build. It's not really good for bossing, so Yellow Cake, Backburner is the way to go. Now I do have a EMP5 and a Vanquisher on this save. The annoyance don't matter on these, you just want the weapon itself. EMP5 increases your move speed, like compared to if I hold a launcher, moving pretty slow. If I hold my EMP, I go pretty fast. And this compared with this paired with the slide artifact, you can go really fast, and makes for fast clears of takedowns. But you can swap it to whatever you want. Sometimes you swap it for the corrosive arrow, just like I said earlier. You can swap it to a Nukem. This kind of works for the build. It's not too bad, but it's not bad, but it's not amazing. You can swap to another Plague Bearer if you want. Ruby's Wrath works, but you would want a Plumage with ASC Splash. We're using ASC Splash on pretty much every weapon. Yeah, so EMP5 for movement. Vanquisher is if you want to do the bridge skip. Just hold this and slide across with 3 stacks of Speed Demon. So now for a shield, we're still using a Transformer. Still using level 57 one, works fine. Just make sure that you have ASCs on your shield, ASC elements. And for the grenade, same things, ASC elements. Any grenade works. I just like to use a level 1 It's BIS. Why a level 1, you may ask? And you can update this by farming. It's legit, it's not modded. But you can down yourself if you throw like a Mayhem 10 piss grenade. It'll do like 14,000 damage to you. So it'll down you if you're under health gate. So I just like to use level 1 because it just does no damage if you hit yourself with it, and it's a little debuff to enemies. They'll take 20% more damage for a short amount of time, and yeah. Now for our class mod, we're using a Face Zerker. Basically, what you want in your Face Zerker is just anything related to heavy weapons, splash damage, heavy weapon damage, and to your action skill. So action skill damage or cooldown. The Face Zerker already gives you a lot of cooldown with your rush attacks and stuff. You don't really need more cooldown, but if you want, I go with the cooldown on your class mod or artifact. Now talking about artifact, we're going to use a Snowdrift now, a Vic Rush, more to the point. Because this is just for better clear speed. The Deathless, you go down low. With Snowdrift, Vic Rush, basically, you have your health. You can lifesteal for your health via just doing insane amounts of damage. You'll just get insta-healed back to full, because a launcher, you just shoot it once, and if you have 1 point in sustainment, you'll get back to full. It's just easy mode. So Snowdrift Vic Rush, pretty much the best I can recommend. When you're running out of ammo, just use a cut burst. Just try not to actually run out of ammo, because if you actually run out of ammo and you're in a situation like the Valkyries, like I do often, I'm not really I don't really pay attention a whole lot, so if you run out of ammo when you're doing a boss or something, it can be bad. It can be bad. So try to watch your ammo as well. Cut burst launchpad, just jump, slam. If you have the come on and slam guardian perk, you'll be able to slam easier. You don't have to find a high surface. So it's just a nice quality of life thing. Enemies also drop a lot of rocket ammo for some reason. So when mobbing, this is not really useful. It's more for the longer fights. So like I said, for the gear, a bunch of arrows. I just picked up this Hell Shock. It's pretty good. Nukem Iron Cannon can actually do some work. Ruby's Raft, Backburners again. Yellow Cake, I might remove them from the save file because they're not really that good. They can do well for mobbing, but not for bossing. And now, moving on to the skill tree, we'll go over the green tree first. Now we're putting 3 points into personal space, and we have 1 point into clarity for our class mod. Now, personal space, they fixed the visual bug. It said prior to the last patch that it did up to 36% of damage dealt. It was actually 54%, and now they fixed that, which is pretty nice. So yeah, it's 54% of extra damage the closer you are to your target. And it can be the range is very long, so you don't have to be like right in enemies' faces to get that 54%. Just keep a somewhat close distance, and you should get that damage boost. Now, clarity from our class mod just helps with a little bit of health regen. I wish we had a little bit more points in this build to go down to Revelation, because if we had Revelation and a 390 anoint on some gun like the Yellow Cake, this would be pretty insane. This build will probably one-shot anything in the game, because this skill, this augment, is what one-shots things with Amara right now. It's pretty much the meta. I just don't like using it too much. It's fun to use, but it's just very. You just face grab something and everything dies. You don't take part into it too much, so we didn't spec down to it. We spec'd into blue and red mostly because now that Ties That Bind actually gets Mayhem 10 damage plus action skill damage, this is gonna be a lot of damage. You can hit for damage cap if you have the right instances. A lot of overkill involved. But yeah, you can hit for damage cap pretty easily. So yeah, we're going 5 out of 5 on Dual Arm. It's just action skill damage per stack, which can stack up to 99 with the Phaser, which is gonna give you a lot of action skill damage. So Ties That Bind is just gonna kill everything. The action skill damage on Ties That Bind works on the tied enemies, not the enemies you face grasp. So be wary of that. Fast Dance, reload speed, and swap speed. Violent Tapestry, just to move down the skill tree. Transcend, crit damage. Ascended for more lifesteal out of our soul sap or any augment that you have. Just gonna make it better. Quality of life. You can put that point into alacrity if you want. There's really no. You can do whatever you want with the ascended point. Violent Tapestry, you could actually put the point into alacrity if you think the reload speed is that bad, but it's not actually that bad. So we put 2 points just to move down the skill tree. Late Bear, this skill, when you use when you face grasp an enemy, it's not gonna really work. But if you face cast an enemy, I think it works. I'm not too sure. This skill has always been like something that I didn't really know of, because I don't really play Amara all that much, but I do enjoy playing her. But this skill is just a flat damage boost when you use your action skill. Really good. Wrath kind of works the same way. You get 20% gun damage straight off, and if you use your action skill, you're gonna get 20% more after that. Then From Rest is just a fire rate and charge speed buff for our launchers, because they're not that quick. Remnant, as I said, this is gonna get any overkill. There's no cap on this skill. Any overkill, it's gonna put it into the orb. The orb is gonna kill everything. Bada bing, bada boom. If you Ties That Bind someone, everything's gonna die. Avatar, which this skill is gonna allow us to double use our Ties That Bind. Use our Ties That Bind 2 times before it's on cooldown. So it's really good. Now we spec Awakening so that this buffs the do harm action skill damage, which is gonna increase our Ties That Bind damage even more. Now we're going over the red tree. We don't put a lot of points to Anima. I put 2 points and put 3 points to Steady Hands to move down the tree. I like accuracy over the dot damage, but you can actually move these 3 points or these 3 points into Anima. Infusion is good, but you don't really need it. I like to run it because it's just another form of damage on top of what I do. So if I put shock on my action skill by just removing mine, I'm gonna get both fire and shock on my Plague Bearer, and so on and so forth. Wildfire, you can spread dots, which Anima would would be boosted. The damage would be boosted, so it's even more damage. Enemies will die from your dots, which is pretty insane, knowing how much health they have. Tempest, just gonna increase your elemental damage in general. Dread, uh, just an increase to gun damage when you grasp an enemy. That gun damage is actually gonna be only for that grasped enemy, not for ties that bind completely. Uh, it's fine. Deep Well are weapons that do have an element on them. We're gonna get a bonus 20% mag size, which is nice. Indiscriminate. Now this is really good for any of the launchers. When you shoot your shot and it hits an enemy, it has a chance to ricochet, and this is actually pretty good with launchers, especially like the Nukem, because the Nukem, if you use your action skill, it can actually ricochet like more than once, which a Nukem ricochet is insane. So it's very much a staple of all AMARA builds. Most builds do use indiscriminate, so go for it. Sustainment, just lifesteal. It's one of the go-tos for AMARA. Conflux, I put 2 points into it because you can put more status effect for Armageddon to proc. And Forceful Expression, just for another elemental instance. Yeah, that's pretty much it. For our Mayhem modifiers, I'm using Speed Demon for more speed. Again, clearing the Malevolent down really fast. Healing Avenger, this sometimes heal me a lot, both my shield and my health, which is just good in general. Drone Ranger, it doesn't really affect the enemies. It does heal them by a little bit. You can actually see the healing. It's not like a tiny amount, but usually kill them with how much splash damage you're doing. Usually kill them as well as your enemies. And Postmortem, that's my only issue with these modifiers is Postmortem, because sometimes I kill an enemy and I don't remember I have Postmortem on, so I do get killed by the Death Skull. Which I hope doesn't happen right now. So we're gonna, for first time actually doing a Malevolent takedown on stream, we're going to do skill takedown, because who the hell does true takedown when they're just chilling and stuff and not really trying to sweat. So just face grabs the hair to proc my 200 splash. Yeah, that guy died. Guy's gonna die. Very much. And look. Yep, that guy died. Now usually I run here. I let enemies spawn first because I'm actually gonna grasp someone and shoot them, but yeah, okay. So as you can see, 11 million damage. Pretty good. Let's just toggle this. I can't see them because I didn't take my time. So let's just grasp you. You have a lot of enemies tied to you. Let's just see the damage that pops up. About 21 million on this grasp enemy, 20 million on this one there. And you, I can't see how much damage I did to you, but I killed you in one shot, so that's pretty much a lot of damage. Pretty good. But yeah, it's just a really good build. In my opinion, it's not the best AMARA build. I just like to use this build as it's very fun. It's a little challenging, because you do have to think about where you shoot and stuff. It's not really that no-brainer setup. I'm gonna go down here, probably, I don't know. Alright, now just go and kill the Kraken. Just ties this enemy and you can one-shot Kraken. I just didn't do it right there. And right now there's an event where you get when you have how do you call it, legendaries and vendors. Now usually what I do here is I like to run up on one of the rocks and just shoot in the middle, and then grasp you, and all of these are dead. No, not that. Not that either. My controller has a hard time, so. Eh, there you go. Alright, dust just hit me right there, as you can see. I am down. And it's probably gonna be bad, because I'm probably gonna die. Unless this little scrub over there just wants to move over, yeah. And as you can see, I'm running out of ammo right now. Which is not really a bad thing, like, we don't really care. Just, if Ilder would want to fuck off, that would be great. So yeah, right now we're just gonna use our cut purse because we don't have much ammo left. And Ilder is really being a prick. He usually doesn't chase you all that much. I don't know why he's doing this. It's very fucking annoying. I would just like him to go in his immune stage. I think. Yeah, alright, we went down. Shitty reasons, but going back up should not be a problem. Alright, let's just do this and then swap. Oh, and okay. It's very fun when the game doesn't tell you the enemies actually like. And yeah, we're going down on this one for sure. I usually, it's very hot in my room right now, and I'm sweating like fuck. If I was a little bit more, a little bit less pissed because it's hot as shit, maybe I would be able to do this very easily. So yeah, we do a lot of damage. So, unless like you go down and lose your overkill stacks and stuff like that, you won't really have any issues with the build. I'm just like not in the mood right now. I'm not really in the mood for like takedown. I don't know why I chose this, because people are saying like, why don't you do takedowns instead? This is why I don't like doing takedowns on videos. I can do them very well off cam, usually complete them smoothly. fucking barrel. Probably the worst you can have is fucking barrels. Because the dot is just gonna kill you easily. Because you're AMARA, and AMARA doesn't have any dot resistance, even though she has dot increases. She doesn't have like anything to decrease her dot damage on herself, which is really dumb. And there you go. Yeah, for 130 mil. So I'll switch to the launch pad. Switch to the launch pad when your ammo gets slow. Ammo's looking pretty good. Just switch back. There you go. For these guys, I like to use whatever other weapon that might fire Plague Bearer. Because these fucking fire heavyweights are pricks. They do not want to die. I was hoping they'd give me none of them, but they did. So let's do Rotan, which is the only reason really, except that people are telling me to do Metal 1 takedowns instead of Athena's, which is my favorite place to showcase. I just want to kill Wotan. That's pretty much the only reason why. So shoot that. They didn't actually shoot under, but we're okay. We're cryoed though, which is fucking amazing. Immunity to cryo when? This is not good. Come on. These refs taking forever. Go. And I can't. Nah. This is I hate it when Avatar just doesn't want to work. But we killed the top half just right then by just shooting at the grass Wotan, which is really what you want to do. And there you go. Takedown completed. And like I said, I ran out of ammo, so just swapped to the Herald. And yep, basically. Watch out for deaths when you're done too, because these like to last for forever. So just wait until they despawn, or kill them however you want it. It's perfectly fine. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you disliked it, just dislike the video. I don't mind. Do whatever. If you really enjoyed the video and you want to share the video, that would be really appreciated. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That was Rocket Barrage AMARA. It's fairly unique. I suck at fucking... Right now, I suck at everything. With this game, I'm just not really good with launchers right now. I don't know why. But yeah, this build is very fun though. If you guys want to try it out, you can add me on PSN. My user is Joey's Gaming, just like my channel name, and I can drop the build for you guys. Just DM me either comment on my video. You can DM me on Discord. You can tag me in whatever. You can probably find me on Facebook too. But this was Joey's Gaming, and I'll be out.